It was a clickable
Initially,
exploit.
it was a click, and then it became a non-click exploit. So in other words, you had to interact with something on the phone in order to initialize and install the implant. And then but the reason why it was so good is because it wasn't stored in the usual areas that you would want a persistent implant, or where you would have a persistent implant. For instance, you might want to put it in the application layer of an app or something like that, where there's a binary that can run and execute commands or functions. And so I won't get into the very specifics of where and how they did this, because I'm not sure if I got this information from the government or not, so I won't say it. But they stored it in a place where it wasn't normal. And you can read papers on your own and look at the forensics of it and how the actual implant was executed. But it essentially, allowed people to own your phone, was the kind of implant I only dreamed of when I was helping develop my own implants in the military. Mostly what we would rely on is, zero-day architecture and looking for something in a phone that either they hadn't patched or that the phone that you were looking at hadn't been patched. So phones, as they have their own red teams, are going through the phone for their own, because they want to sell a product that people will use, and people won't use stuff that can get hacked. So they'll do their own red teaming, and they'll discover like, we on this router we left this port open and it shouldn't have been open. So now we're going to write a patch that will close that port so that this port is no longer accessible by a guy like me, so I can't go in there and do something to this particular type of router. Another great thing, I'll say something good about the administration